All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going on a journey to find the worlds hidden just out of sight, deep underground, beneath the waves, and maybe even right in front of our eyes.
It's such a simple question, right? But it's one that people have been asking for, well, forever. From ancient legends to modern-day conspiracies, we've always been obsessed with the idea that there's more to our planet than what we see on the surface.
So think of this as our map for today's expedition. We're going to start at the center of the Earth, then head to the bottom of the ocean, uncover some long-lost cities, investigate a hidden power structure, and finally, we'll land on our planet's true final frontier.
Okay, let's get into it, and I mean that literally. Our first stop is deep, deep beneath our feet, to explore one of the wildest and most persistent ideas out there, the hollow Earth.
So the basic idea here is that our planet isn't solid rock all the way through. Instead, it's kind of like one of those Russian nesting dolls, a solid crust with a huge, livable world hidden inside. It's a concept that's captivated people for centuries, including famous writers like Jules Verne.
But you know what really gives theories like this legs? Eyewitness accounts. One of the most famous comes from this Norwegian sailor, Olaf Jansen. He claimed he accidentally sailed right into the Earth's core through an opening at the North Pole. And his descriptions? Just incredible. A world of giant people, animals we thought were extinct, and technology that was way beyond anything we had.
So you have these claims, right? People saying the Earth is too light for its size, or that animals migrate north to get warmer. But then science steps in. Our gravity models, they show a super dense, solid core, and the real kicker comes from earthquakes. See, they release these things called seismic waves, S-waves, that can only travel through solid stuff. And since we detect those waves passing right through the Earth's mantle, well, that's pretty solid proof that it's, solid. It really shows the gap between a great story and what we can actually measure.
All right, so from the center of the Earth, let's come back up to the surface and then dive deep under the waves to search for entire continents that are rumored to have been just swallowed by the sea.
And you absolutely can't talk about sunken worlds without bringing up the big one, Atlantis. The story comes to us from the Greek philosopher Plato. He described it as this perfect society, amazing technology, incredible power, and then, poof, gone in a single day and night, vanished beneath the waves.
So, is there any truth to it? Well, believers have put together this kind of evidence file. You've got the Bimini Road, which is this weird underwater formation that looks a lot like a man-made road. You've got theories trying to connect Atlantis to Cuba. And then there's this really strange timing. A famous psychic named Edgar Cayce predicted Atlantis would be found in the Bahamas in 1968, which is the exact same year the Bimini Road was discovered. Coincidence? Maybe.
But what if I told you there is a lost continent? A real one, confirmed by science, just maybe not the one Plato was talking about. And that brings us to the number 8. You know, this is one of those cases where reality is honestly just as wild as the myth. Say hello to Zealandia, Earth's 8th continent. It's this enormous landmass, but about 94% of it is submerged under the Pacific Ocean. And we know it used to be dry land because geologists have drilled down and found fossils of land plants and animals. A whole continent, well and truly lost to the waves. So we've talked about whole continents. Now let's zoom in a little bit to entire cities that just vanished. I mean, they were so completely lost that they became myths, pure legend. Until, that is, we found them again.
This is a big deal. Back in 2001, scientists were just mapping the seabed off the coast of India when they stumbled upon the ruins of a massive city. The artifacts they found were carbon dated to around 7500 BC. Now, if that date is correct, this hidden city is thousands of years older than both ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, which would basically force us to rewrite the history of civilization as we know it.
And this isn't a one-off thing. It's happening more and more, thanks to some seriously cool tech. Laser scanners on airplanes found Mohenjo-Parvata, a legendary capital city that was hidden by the Cambodian jungle for 1,200 years. Satellites looking down from space found Ubar, the so-called Atlantis of the sands, buried under the desert. These were all just stories until technology gave us new ways to see the worlds that were hidden in plain sight.
Okay, we've gone deep underground, we've gone deep underwater. But what if the most hidden world of all is right here, operating right alongside us, maybe even ruling us? And this leads us to one of the most out there theories of the modern era, the reptilian conspiracy. The basic idea is that a race of shape-shifting reptilian aliens has secretly replaced our world leaders, our celebrities, our billionaires, all to manipulate human society from the inside out.
So, according to the theory, here's the deal. These beings control everything. Banks, governments, the media, you name it. They're supposedly connected to other shadowy groups like the Illuminati. And the proof that people point to? Usually it's weird video glitches where for a split second, someone's eyes look, well, reptilian.
So what's the verdict on this one? Well, to be clear, this is widely seen as a baseless conspiracy theory. It has strong links to other movements like QAnon. And what's really interesting is that even a lot of people in the UFO research community tend to dismiss this one as just being a step too far.
All right, for our last stop, we're going to leave all the myths and conspiracies behind and travel to a hidden world that is 100% real, scientifically proven, and honestly, more alien than anything else we've talked about today.
And this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the feeling. We're going 5,000 meters down to the bottom of the ocean, to these places called hydrothermal vents. It's a world of crushing pressure and insane heat, and it might just hold the answer to one of the biggest questions of all. Where did we come from?
I mean, just look at how different this place is. Up here, on the surface, pretty much all life is powered by the sun. It's called photosynthesis. But down there, in total absolute darkness, life runs on heat and chemicals that are blasting out of the Earth's core. It's called chemosynthesis. The pressure is immense, the temperatures are hot enough to melt lead. It's a world that plays by a completely different set of rules.
And the craziest part, life is thriving down there. There are whole ecosystems of bizarre creatures that have evolved to live in this impossible environment. It is a true world within a world. And a lot of scientists now believe that this kind of place is the perfect model for how the very first spark of life might have gotten started on our planet billions of years ago.
So we've kind of come full circle, haven't we? We started with myths about a world inside the Earth, and we ended with a very real, hidden world at the bottom of the sea that might just explain our own origins. It seems like our stories, no matter how wild they get, often have some little echo of a deeper truth. It just makes you wonder, what other unbelievable truths are still out there, just waiting for us to find them?